Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. This is another one of our Just for Fun features. In this case, we're taking two things that are similar but different. Each one an Omega Speedmaster, each one in the 42mm asymmetric stainless steel case, but that's where the similarities end, because on the left we have the 2007 1957 50th Anniversary Limited Edition, and on the right we have a standard 3573. Now it's interesting to compare and contrast these watches because at first glance they look almost identical. The deeper you get, the more you realize that they have very little in common. So let's start with the basics. Now both of these watches feature the 42mm beveled case, asymmetrical with guards on the pushers and the crown, first introduced in 1965. Again, that's where the similarities stop. Inboard of the tachymetric scales, you'll note that the 1957 a limited edition series, 50th anniversary, 1,957 pieces, actually has an enameled dial. The enamel is rich, it's glossy, it gleams, it looks almost wet, it has the kind of luster that's exclusive to enamel and lacquer, but unlike lacquer, it's so much more resistant to aging, fading, and tarnishing over time. You'll also note that in comparison to the reference 3573 that I have in my right hand, the newer watch, or I should say the 2007 watch, features a vintage style Omega logo, Omega print, Speedmaster signature, and, I'll add, it features individual series number for the watch, so it's series number within the 1957. Critically, you'll note that the Professional from the standard Moon Watch is not present. When it debuted in 1957, the Speedmaster was not flight certified by NASA, and it would not be until 1965, so it was not at the time deserving of the Professional nomenclature. In fact, it was originally part of the Seamaster line, and that's why, even though both of these watches feature display casebacks, traditionally the Speedmaster has featured the same hippocampus or seahorse on the back. It actually started not as a NASA flight issue, but as part of Omega's Seamaster family of water-resistant watches. Now, there are more differences, but to unpack them, we have to go behind the scenes. The caseback of the 3573 features the classic LaMagna-based cam-actuated lateral clutch caliber 1863. 1861 is for solid casebacks. 1863 is more finely finished. It's more handsome. It doesn't feature, for instance, a synthetic Delrin chronograph brake, and everything is just to a higher standard aesthetically. 48-hour power reserve, 18 joules, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, and you'll notice a mobile stud index for fine adjustment of the movement. Manually wound, it has a 48-hour power reserve, and it's a variation of the caliber 861 that has been part of the NASA arsenal since 1969. It's also important to note that the watch is dramatically different both in specification and construction from the caliber 3201 in the 1957 special edition. Now what you see here is actually a manual conversion of a Frédéric Piguet 1285 caliber. So based on the great Frédéric Piguet vertical clutch column wheel chronographs, this one operates at 4 Hz, not 3, so 28,800 vibrations per hour. It has a 55-hour power reserve versus 48 of the standard displayback Moon Watch. It has both a vertical clutch for smooth actuation and, should you choose, continuous operation of the chronograph without hazard, and a column wheel, a very small blued one that is visible just below my finger, so it has a more crisp actuation. Under the finger, you can feel that tactilely it is just more satisfying. It's also more audible than the cam system on the Moon Watch. Moreover, it features a free-sprung balance architecture instead of the mobile stud, and at 29 joules, it's much more heavily jeweled. Across the board, this is much more closely related to high horology movements, whereas the caliber 1863, though nicely finished for a Moon Watch, is more closely related to workhorse movements. Also note, this movement is both coaxial and a certified COSC chronometer, so it features a hacking seconds function in addition should you want to synchronize it. However, both of these watches belong to horological royalty. Both of them are icons of Omega, both currently and historically. Each one of them is instantly recognizable as a Moon Watch. So although the 2007 50th Anniversary Special technically isn't a Professional and technically isn't a Moon Watch, it can play one on TV. Both of these watches will satisfy the hardcore Omega collector. Whether it's your first Moon Watch or in addition to a collection of many, you can find the one that suits you and buy it on our website.